What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Wrestlemania 39 weekend. Tonight is night one. You know what I figured I would do? I figured I'd do a video where I do some predictions. Tell you what I think's going to happen. Maybe I get some right. Probably get more of them wrong. But you know what? We're going to go ahead. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to see what it is. So let's check it out. So like I said, Wrestlemania goes Hollywood. That's right. We're in Hollywood. Starting today, a few hours from the release of this video. So what do we have for predictions? So first things, tonight is night one. What do we have? We have Austin Theory against John Cena for the U.S. title. We have Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's title. We have the Usos against KO and Sami Zayn for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. We have Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus. Hopefully we get some stratisfaction against Damage Control. We got another big one, Seth Rollins against Logan Paul. We got father versus son, folks. We got Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. And we have a fatal four-way tag team. So you know what? Let's get into this. So, first match we got the Fatal 4-Way. We got Braun Strowman and Ricochet, which you see in the top left corner. Below them is the Street Profits. Top right corner is Alpha Academy. Below them is the Viking Raiders. You know, this one, I don't know, this is a little hard to predict. You know, there's been talk of the Street Profits splitting up. There's been talk of Alpha Academy splitting up with Otis, you know, becoming a model and everything. You know, I'm not exactly sure where this is going to go. I'm thinking they are going to try and go with the Ricochet Strowman. I don't know why, but I just think that's what it's going to be. Maybe they're setting them up for a title run, especially if they're going to try and break up the other two. Viking Raiders, I don't know what they're doing with them anymore, folks, to be honest with you. But I think I'm going to put if I was going to figure, I think Strowman and Ricochet, I think maybe they get a run, you know, as a tag team. And like I said, especially with the other two teams, you know, on the top right and the bottom left, potentially, you know, breaking up. Next, father versus son. This is a tough one. You know, Dominic has become an unbelievable, not necessarily a performer, but I guess, yes, you can say a performer. You know, with the way he is, the way he talks, the way he handles himself, he's become a really good heel. You know, doing hard time in jail changes a man, and it looks like it changed Dominic. You know, I'm not sure. You know, Rey Mysterio went into the Hall of Fame last night. I don't, you know, do they make him lose? You know, I can see maybe if Rey wins by disqualification because Judgment Day, maybe, or Damian Priest comes out and helps Dominic. But you know what? I'm going to go off the edge. I'm going to say Dominic's going to win. I think it gives him a little bit of a push. I think Rey's maybe starting to think about going ahead and getting out of being a full-timer. I'm going to say Dominic is going to win this one. This one, I mean, the six-woman tag team match, Lita, Trish, and Becky against Damage Control. I don't know how they let Damage Control win this one. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. You bring Trish back, you bring Lita back. So I'm going with the tag team champs and Trish Stratus to go ahead and win. And like I said, hopefully we get some stratisfaction from this one. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul. I don't know, folks. This one's really tough. Seth has been losing a lot in some of these big matches lately, but I think they're gonna somehow. Have Logan Paul win. You know, you can't. You bring him in. You know, when you know, for what he's doing here, these special occasions, these special matches. He did lose the last one to Roman. You know, him and Miz won, and then, you know, in their match, and then you know, he went up against Miz, you know, there. So, I would like to see Seth win, but it wouldn't surprise me if Logan Paul wins. I think Logan's going to go ahead and win, just because, the celebrity status, I think, more. And, but I don't know what's going on with Rollins, though. I don't know what they're doing with him. He loses a lot. He doesn't have a belt. He should have a belt. But I'm going to go Logan Paul. This one pains me, folks. This one pains me a lot. I'm a big John Cena fan. I know a lot of people don't like him. I do. And it bothers me that they are going to potentially have John Cena do a job for Austin Theory to try and put Austin Theory over, which I don't understand how you put him over when the crowd's not going to like him for beating Cena. So my head tells me that I should pick Austin Theory, but my heart is going to make this pick. I'm going to say John Cena. And I think John Cena becomes U.S. champ. And I think on Monday night, he has an open challenge. And somebody comes out and beats him Monday night. That's what I think is going to happen. And we have Charlotte against Rhea Ripley. Oh, boy. I'm not sure. I think they say, if Charlotte comes out in purple, she's not losing. So that might be something to look for. Is it time? Maybe Charlotte's going to, go away for a little while, and, maybe start a family. Who knows? Maybe it's time for Rhea Ripley to shine. I'd like to see Charlotte, win, but I can see her losing. So I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley in this one. Although, I really want to pick Charlotte, but I'm going to go Rhea Ripley. I think that's the way they're going to go. I think they're going to give Rhea her shot as part of, with Judgment Day. Then we got the big one, folks. This one is very, very interesting to me. What are they doing with the bloodline? What direction are they going in? Because if you have the Usos lose the undisputed tag titles, then the bloodline is not as powerful, because they don't have those titles. One of the things that makes the bloodline is they have all 4 major titles. This one's interesting, but I think it's time for I think they're going to make a change. I think Kevin and Sammy are going to win in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if there's going to be a distraction for the Usos or something like that, but I think KO and Sammy are going to win. And I think if you do that, what it allows the WWE to do is split the title, split the belts, and then go back to Raw and SmackDown and do something along those lines. That's just a feeling that I have. And then I think, again, they pull the belts off the bloodline. The Usos part of the blood, and then I think something else happens with the bloodline, and I'll explain that later on in this video. So that would be the conclusion of night 1. So hey, let me know what you think. What do you think of my predictions over there? Right, that's who I'm going with. There's no rhyme or reason for them. I'm just looking at maybe some potential storylines down the road. Certain things can happen. Who knows? But then we come night 2, Sunday night. Holy cow, this is the big one, folks. Big. Because, man, you're going to have the Universal WWE, Undisputed Championship, Cody and Roman. You're going to have the Women's Raw, Bianca, Asuka. You're going to have Intercontinental 3-Way, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. Hell in a Cell, Edge, Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, Omos, and then another fatal 4-way women's tag. So let's see what we got. Brock Lesnar and Omos. I'm not sure. If you go with Omos, which I think I'm leaning towards Omos winning, because I think Brock being more of a part-timer, they could start to use Omos in that, somewhat, I guess you want to call it, like the beast mode that Brock has. But then again, I could easily see, then you have the Beast. You have Brock Lesnar, the Beast. So I can see him, gonna be winning. I think it's gonna be cool if he's able to take Omos to Suplex City. But after thinking about it, like I said, although I think, to me, it doesn't. I don't know if they want to bury Omos, so I'm gonna take Omos in this one, because I just think with Brock being a part-timer, I don't care. I don't think Brock really cares that much. He has the feuds, back and forth, him and Bobby and so on and so forth, all stuff. So that's where I'm going. I'm going with Omos. Get a push. What do you call it? Intercontinental Championship, triple threat. I think Gunther wins. I think Drew and Sheamus, have animosity towards each other. I think the Battling Brutes or whatever they're called maybe somehow get involved with Imperium being out there also. But I think ultimately Gunther wins. It doesn't pay to take the belt off of him unless the only twist could be if Drew wins, but the way Drew wins is the Battling Brutes cause Gunther to lose, and then you could have a feud of 3-on-3 with Sheamus and his guys and Gunther and his guys. So that's the only way I can see that, but my official pick is going to be Gunther. That's what I think is going to happen on this one. Fatal 4-way tag team matchup. So this one is interesting to me. Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, doesn't make sense. Natty, Shotzi, doesn't make sense. Truthfully, if you would think if it was a fight, more than likely, Shayna and Ronda should go ahead and kick the crap out of all of them. And then you have Raquel and Liv. I can see. So I look at this and I'm just thinking from a tag team perspective again, looking at storylines down the road of what may happen. I'm going to go with Liv and Raquel because I think I can see them taking on Becky and Lita for the tag championships. That's what I think is going to happen, from that standpoint. Now, I will not be surprised if it's Ronda and Shayna. I just don't know if they would want to put the belts on Ronda and Shayna, right? I could see them wanting to put the belts on Raquel and Liv in the future, but not Ronda and Shayna. So I'm still going to stick with Raquel and Liv as our winners of this one. Bianca Belair and who's ready for Asuka? I don't know about this one. I don't think they're going to take the belt off of Bianca, so I'm going to pick Bianca. I'm not sure what is going on, how this is all supposed to work out, how this Raw title is supposed to, manifest itself to keep going and stuff. If it's not Asuka, who potentially could it be? Could Becky peel off if she loses from Lita and come back into the mix? If they have Rhea, do they bring Charlotte over? But that doesn't make sense and everything. So I don't know. I can see a feud. Maybe it's not a clean win, so they can have maybe another pay-per-view match down the road. But I just don't see them taking the belt off of Bianca Belair. So I'm going to pick Bianca Belair as the winner chicken dinner. Hell in a Cell, Edge, Finn Balor. These two have been going at it. Edge formed Judgment Day. Tried to had brought in Finn. Finn convinced the rest of them to turn on him. They beat him up. They kicked him out. They put him away. He came back. Beat him up. Came back with Beth Phoenix, his wife, in the tag match, and they won. So this one is a little bit unpredictable for me. I think what you're going to see is you're going to see Judgment Day try and get involved. Dominic and Damian Priest. Who comes to help Edge then? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure who it could be. Maybe we get a Randy Orton coming in to go ahead and help, showing Randy's back. I'm not sure. I mean, unless Christian is gone from AEW, which I don't think he is, it's not going to be him. So, from that standpoint, I think ultimately, I think they give the win to Edge, to kind of close this chapter. But I don't know if they close the book on Edge and Judgment Day, because that part I'm not sure of. So I don't know. Now that I think about it, maybe they have Finn win so they can do something else. But after a Hell in a Cell, what's left? Last man standing. I quit. So I'm not sure on this one, but I'm gonna go with Edge because I think Edge could go ahead and get it done. And you have the big one. And to me, this has the biggest plot or twist that could happen. It's kind of hard to build up with Cody and bring him back and have him lose. By the same token, you can't be the head of the table. You can't be the bloodline if you lose all the belts. What does that mean? It means a dilemma. What I could see happening, I could see after the bloodline losing the tag team titles on night one, and maybe it is Jey Uso who causes them to lose. Remember, Jey and Roman, didn't see eye to eye too much. Maybe Jey comes back and his revenge is to help Cody go ahead and win the title. Possible? Sure. Likable? Would not be likable, but it's possible. And then I think, but then that ruins the bloodline 100%, so I'm not sure. I think a twist that could happen is, I think maybe, Roman 900 and some or 1,000 days of being a title, maybe it's time for a break. So what I could see happening is Cody winning, and then the elders calling Roman back to the island, back to Samoa, to trying to say, hey, what happened here? So I can kind of see that a little bit, happening from that standpoint. I think that's the most likely scenario because, unless the idea of is when they brought Cody back, it was, hey, we're going to bring you back to basically, shatter dreams of becoming the champion. It doesn't make sense. Again, that's storylines down the future. You wonder, what it could be, what could happen, everything. So, like I said, I'm up in the air on this one, but I think this gives a great opportunity for the bloodline to basically go away for a little while, because they lost, kind of regroup, and then come back with a vengeance. Maybe at SummerSlam or, 6 months down the road at Survivor Series. Now, what does that do for the wise man, Paul Heyman? I don't know. Not sure where he would look to go, but, they will figure something out. So, again, I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm not exactly sure, but I think Cody's going to win. I think Roman is going to. I think you might see something happen on Monday Night Raw, where the elders. If you remember, a while back, the elders were at the top of the ramp, and they placed the big lay on top of, over Roman's head. I could see, on a Monday night, him having to walk down there, and the elders. Him going to the ring and the elders showing up at the top of the runway, and kind of calling him and saying, "Hey, it's time for you to regroup, time for you to come back." So I'm going with Cody. So hey, What you got? What do you have, folks? What do you think? Do you think that you think it's possible? Is it possible to to happen? Is it possible that the results are what I think they're going to be? So if we said like I said right here, Ricochet and Strowman, Dom, Lita, Trish, Becky, Logan, Cena, Rhea, KO and Sammy, Omos, Gunther, Raquel and Liv, Bianca, going with Edge, going with Crow. Again, what do you think, everybody? Please comment below. Don't forget also like, comment, subscribe. And on Monday, I'm going to release a results video and what I thought of Wrestlemania as a whole. I don't think I'm going to do a night 1 and a night 2. I think I'm just going to do one video on Monday and drop that one. Don't forget, like I said in my other video, got a Select, WWE Select. It's going to be Monday's video. With that head, thanks a lot for hanging out. Appreciate each and every one of you. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you watch WrestleMania. I hope you watch both nights. And as always, I'll see you at the next rip.